Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Week 12 Film Room edition here on Patriots Press Pass. Mac Jones' Week 12 performance against the Tennessee Titans. And I want to start with the deep ball to Jakobi Meyers, this first pass in a succession of 8 throws that we're going to go over here from Mac Jones. And after the game, Meyers confirmed that he was not the first read in this progression. His route and Nelson Aguilar's route there at the bottom of the screen really designed to clear out the safety coverage for this levels concept that the Patriots are going to run out of 12 personnel. So you have the two tight ends on the field here, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. Jonnu is going to run like a shallow drag route here coming across the field, and Hunter Henry is going to stem upfield and then run an in cut at the intermediate level on this levels concept. And the idea is just going to be to clear out the underneath zones, clear out the safeties with the vertical routes, and open up this window to Hunter Henry here in the middle of the field. At the bottom of the screen, you have a dino concept or a double post with Jakobi Meyers on the inside post and Nelson Aguilar on the outside post here at the bottom of the screen. So when you have this concept, and you really are designing this play to hit Hunter Henry, but what you're going to watch here post-snap is that as they fall into this quarter structure here defensively, the safety here on the deep fourth is going to cut off Hunter Henry's route coming across the field, knowing that that is where Mac will most likely want to go through the ball with the ball. And in this match quarters concept, Kevin Byard here, the safety, is going to have to take number 2 inside on this deep post, and you're going to see how he is going to have no help to leverage that route with the deep safety and the boundary corner on Hunter Henry. So as we roll this play here a little bit, you're going to see them fall off into this quarter structure, and as we get to about here comes the cutoff from the safety right there at the middle of the screen with Hunter Henry. And you notice here's Byard and Jakobi Meyers. Byard is outside leverage. He's got all this green grass here to run this route into, and Mac is just going to put that ball up for him. And again, this read is really Hunter Henry at the sticks or at that intermediate route, and Jonnu underneath if that isn't there. And Mac does a really great job of reading this deep safety rotation and recognizing that Meyers is going to have that leverage advantage over Kevin Byard. And from there, it's just the throw down the field, a little sidestep in the pocket to buy some more time, and you throw it and you beat the coverage there down the field. So that's just a fantastic read of the safeties there by Mac Jones, and the ability to see that and kind of go off script a little bit, I would say, to hit that throw. Here's the first touchdown pass to Kendrick Bourne. He's going to operate here as number 3 out of the slot. And once again, you're going to get some pre-snap diagnosis here from Mac Jones. The first thing the Patriots are going to do is they're going to motion Bolden out of the backfield into an empty set. And Mac is going to recognize after the motion that this is man-to-man coverage. So he's going to look across the board. He's going to find his best man-to-man matchup. It just happens to be Byard again here with the wide receiver on safety matchup out of that number 3 spot. And the Patriots are going to run what's called a mirrored smash concept. And we can show you the motion here first because there's an important exchange that happens. So as he motions out, see those two players, they exchange, and now they add into the rush. And at that point, Mac's going to know that he's going to have one extra rusher, and he's going to have to get this ball out of here. But what the Patriots run is this corner route over here by Hunter Henry with this under from Brandon Bolden, and they do the same thing to the other side. Corner route here by Kendrick Bourne, under. And Mac is just going to read where his favorite matchup is, where his best matchup is. In this case, it's Bourne. As you look at this rush, you have 5-man protection out of empty with 6 guys coming. This is going to be the open guy. That makes the quarterback hot because they're going to slide the protection to the left to account for the 5 players on this side of the line. And Mac is going to recognize it. He's going to know he's hot. He's going to get this football out, and he's going to put it up on a platter for Kendrick Bourne. A nice throw here in the corner of the end zone to give his guy a chance to make the touchdown grab. So those 2 plays, I think, really highlight a lot of different things from Mac. Post-snap manipulation of the coverage here now. and we talk about this sail concept, right? Jakobi Meyers, again, number 2 inside. The Patriots are trying to attack this zone coverage by flooding it. They're going to send Nelson Agholor up the field on this vertical route. Kendrick Bourne's going to motion into this kind of swing pattern here, and then you have this corner filling in from Jakobi. Now, watch the first thing that I want you to see here after he carries out this play-action fake is how Mac makes this void in the zone even bigger for Jakobi Meyers with his post-snap manipulation. So here comes the motion. Bourne's going to swing into the flat. There comes the flood on the left side. Now watch what Mac does here in the pocket. He's going to look and kind of point his feet and his eyes towards Kendrick Bourne here. And that causes the shallow zones to scream up here and here. And with Nelson Agholor running this vertical route to clear out the coverage, you can see how it creates this huge void in the coverage for Jakobi Meyers there to fill in. So that little manipulation post-snap to look at Kendrick Bourne, to get these players to scream up towards the flat to defend Bourne, allows Mac to then transition back upfield and hit Jakobi Meyers on the sail concept for a big play. That's just really good post-snap manipulation from the Patriots rookie. Now we're going to get into some play-action stuff. The Patriots were excellent off of play-action on Sunday. Mac going 11 for 12 for 169 yards off of play-action. A lot of this game plan from the Tennessee Titans perspective was aimed at stopping the Patriots running game. So what did Josh McDaniels do on first down? He went to the play-action passing game to take advantage of that aggressive nature by the Titans. So this is a Charles Barkley concept, the Patriots call it, in terms of the blocking scheme. They've run it 100,000 times over the last 20 years. They're going to pull this backside guard here to simulate power. Mac is going to fake the handoff, and when he fakes the handoff, they're going to cross the tight end behind the second level of the defense there to get the opening. But at first, I want to show you just all the different fakes that Mac goes through, the way he manipulates this defense, and the way that he lofts the ball over the linebacker, Jayon Brown here, to drop it in the bucket to Jonnu Smith. So as we roll the play, you see the fake here first, right? You get the play fake. That's going to get these linebackers to step up into their run fits towards the line of scrimmage. You see everybody's thinking run here on first down, and here comes Jonnu Smith. He's trying to fake that block a little bit, and then he's going to head on that crossing pattern. So first is the run fake. That gets the linebackers to step up into the line of scrimmage. After he fakes the run, then he's going to look over here, and you see that little subtle flick over there to Kendrick Bourne, right? Just a little bit of an eye manipulation there to stare down Bourne in the flat over here as he comes on this motion. That gets Jayon Brown to go a little bit this way, and then here comes Jonnu filling behind it, and you see just that a little bit of movement allows him to get that linebacker up to loft that pass behind him. I want to watch this from the end zone angle because you can see really the angle that Mac gets here on this ball. So here comes the play fake to Ramondre Stevenson. He fakes it there, gets the linebackers up, looks over there to Kendrick Bourne. You can see right here his eyes staring down Bourne a little bit here on the motion to try to get Brown to come down here just a little bit more. Here comes Jonnu coming behind it, and watch how he throws with the perfect amount of touch to get this over Brown. Makes a pretty good play to recover, and it's just too much air under it in a perfect throw to Jonnu on the crosser. So now we see traditional play action from the Patriots right out of the gun there. The Pats are not a big boot action team. It's not something that they do very regularly, but they did it here, and I think it took the Titans by surprise, and it was a really nice kind of compliment, I guess is the word I'm looking for, off of their toss scheme. So they're going to fake this toss to the outside here to Damian Harris, and then Mac's going to boot action this way, and they're going to have Jonnu Smith cross with him that way as well and kind of just flow with the quarterback, and the misdirection is going to get a wide open throw, and you're going to see a nice throw on the move. So far this season, Mac ranks 28th in the league and pass attempts from outside the pocket. So he's not an outside the pocket thrower, but based off of how comfortable he looked in this boot action scheme and how good it complemented the crack tosses that the Patriots like to run, I hope that the Patriots continue to dial up a couple of these a game because it was really effective for them. So here comes the motion, and that's such a great job by Josh McDaniels in terms of a tendency breaker because the Patriots bring this motion all the time because they're going to crack the end here, right? That's how they would get this toss scheme going. So as soon as the Titans see that motion, I guarantee you they're thinking crack toss, right? We're going to have those two players. They are going to crack down on the safety and the linebacker, in the defensive end, and then we're going to have Isaiah Wynn pull out in front, and there's your crack scheme, right? That's how the Patriots have run it all the time, and obviously Ted Karras is going to gain leverage and turn this guy out too. That's how they do it, right? In that little motion, they use it all the time on their crack tosses, but when they motion this time, now we're going to run this play fake off of it, and look at the linebackers and look at the defense. Look at how many guys are flowing in this direction because they've seen on tape the Patriots use that motion and run this crack toss play, and here comes Jonnu Smith. And I think the one thing that's so great about this play too is it's a great kind of example of how the Patriots can use 12 personnel with both Jonnu and Hunter Henry to their advantage on the field together. Because in this particular play, this looks like a run formation. It looks like a run motion into block on the crack block. But now they have another tight end on the field in Jonnu Smith. They can carry out the fake with Henry and then cross Smith and hit him on the crosser. And as we see, roll this play a little bit more, see a nice throw there on the move from Mack, right on the money, puts Jonnu into some yak, and that's a really nice play there for the Patriots. Now our last kind of positive play here on third down from the Pats, and the Pats have been running this double slant or double in concept on third and short all season long, and Mack is just terrific at reading it out and knowing which slant to go to, right? Because he's going to have this little under from Hunter Henry, and then this one is going to fill in there. I believe that is Myers. So you have those two in cuts there, and you have a zone defender. This is man-to-man across the board, right? This is man-free, or I guess robber or low zone robber, and you're going to have this defender here. He's going to sit at the sticks, and the Patriots are going to put him in conflict. He can defend the inside slant or the outside slant, but he can't possibly help to both slants with the defender's outside leverage for the most part in this type of concept or this type of coverage. So as we roll it, that linebacker, Macker, is just going to read right off this linebacker, and if he stays in the outside window, which is what he's going to do here, he's going to stick in the middle of the field and wait for that second in-breaker. He's just going to throw Hunter Henry open on the other side of it for the first down. So as we roll the play, you'll see that linebacker, he's just going to stay right in there, see how he doesn't move. And he's going to stay right in. Oh, he actually gets slant flat. My apologies. So you have slant flat coming this way, and then Henry going that way. And this linebacker here is staying right in the middle, trying to stay in this window of this slant flat at the bottom of the screen. And then Henry at the other side of it just gets the first down. And those are the types of reads that Mack makes really, really well, really quickly. So we can redo it because I screwed that up. You got the flat route here. You got the slant coming in here. And then you have Hunter Henry on the inside slant there. And again, we're just going to read this linebacker right there. Is he going to sit and stay in to that double in cut, second in cut, right? The second guy in and try to hang in that window? Or is he going to take away the first guy in with Hunter Henry? Because remember, if this linebacker matches Henry's route and helps leverage Henry's route, then Mack's just going to throw the second slant in here to Kendrick Bourne. Instead, that linebacker stays in, and Mack just throws to Hunter Henry here for the first down. So that's the type of play that we see for the Patriots all the time on third and short. Mack's really good at it. He's really good at reading it out, as the computer is now freezing, of course. And it was good to see another third down late in the game, extended drive, keep the possession. Those are the types of things that you want to see from the Patriots offense, and that's what you get there on that third down. Let's look at some of the other plays here, some of the negative plays. I want to start with this blitz by the Titans on this safety blitz from Kevin Byard here. It's a really good design by the Titans, and the design really throws the Patriots off. So what they're going to do is they're going to overload the left side, or the right side, excuse me, here. And the Patriots are going to put Brandon Bolden in blitz pickup, because if all three of these guys come, they're going to have 3-on-2 if they don't leave the back in. So now they have 3-on-3 and they're able to pick this blitz up. But the problem is that the Titans are going to end up dropping their ends off here instead, and then they're going to blitz Byard right up the middle rather than having this blitz come from this side. So they blitz Byard, they drop the ends, and then they also twist on the line of scrimmage, which is a nice little wrinkle here as well. That's going to get David Andrews to try to pass off the twist, and nobody's going to pick up Byard. So that's the protection breakdown here on this type of concept. But again, I think the key is over here on the right side, putting this overload over here. That's what gets Brandon Bolden part of this protection on that right side. And as you're going to see post-snap, Bolden basically is stuck there blocking absolutely nobody, blocking air, because they don't end up coming. So Byard's going to get through, but one thing I want to show you from Mac's perspective is, first and foremost, when you have a safety coming from this kind of depth, yeah, ideally maybe David Andrews peels off there of the stunt and picks up the safety and allows the Patriots to continue this play without pressure. But when you have a safety coming from that kind of depth, I look at it like the quarterback needs to get the football out, because he got some time to get it out, first and foremost. But secondly, the offensive line, the protection scheme, remember, these guys are accounting for these 6 players here. The O-line is really not thinking about blocking a safety from all the way back here. It's just not something that is going to be on their radar. And in a lot of ways, I put that on the quarterback then to throw hot and be aware of the fact that this blitz is coming after the snap, and see it coming and get this football out. And I think Mac has a chance to throw this ball to Hunter Henry coming over the middle. And you're going to see, as these linebackers drop out, they're going to turn their backs and kind of robot underneath the vertical routes to kind of recover from being on the line of scrimmage. And I believe Hunter Henry here is open if he puts it on his frame. Now, would it be a first down? That comes down to what Hunter Henry does with it after the catch. But I think it's the right read and the right decision here from Mac. So as we roll the play, here comes the blitz, and you're going to see this linebacker here at the top of the screen is roboting underneath that vertical route to try to recover from off the line of scrimmage. And these defenders are going upfield. I mean, that defender's back is to him as well. So as this in-cut happens from Hunter Henry, that ball should be out right now. And Mac should be putting this ball like right here to Henry to try to give him a chance to run into it a little bit and then maybe turn upfield and pick up the first down. And Byard still is not through the line yet, right? He's still charging forward. So with some anticipation and with some better timing against this blitz, when Mac hits the top of the drop right here, this ball should be out here to Hunter Henry. That's where this ball should be going. Now, you could get real nitpicky. I think this is real nitpicky, but Jacoby Myers is going to open up here behind the squatting corner, and that is an option for him as well. But this linebacker, he's carrying this vertical and redirecting the vertical to try to help out the safety in the corner to try to get underneath it. And his back was towards the quarterback, and now he's opening up now, and you're going to just see him open up in a zone drop. I mean, he's got no chance of affecting this play. Like, this is not going to be picked off if Mac throws the ball here, especially if he just puts this right on Hunter Henry's frame instead of leading him into the coverage. If he just kind of dots it right here to Hunter Henry, right where he's at right now, and kind of throws this football right where that X is, and he's going to beat this blitz by throwing right behind it. Instead, he holds the football and he takes a sack. So I look at this play and I see you need a little bit faster processing here from Mac Jones against this blitz to recognize the pressure is coming and know where your answers are. Because I really do think, again, if he throws this ball right to Hunter Henry right now at the top of this drop, this linebacker is not a factor. This defender is not a factor. This defender is not a factor. He's going to hit him. Now, here's the sticks. So you can be the judge if he's going to make it, but at least putting it on him here gives them a chance. Maybe it puts them in 4th and short, 4th and 1. We know Bill Belichick probably punts or kicks the field goal anyways, but at least they give them themselves that option. Instead, they take a big sack here. But that's where the answer to this blitz was for Mac Jones, and he just holds the ball for too long and takes the sack. That's something that Mac needs to improve on and will improve on and learn from as the season progresses. Here's the miss to Hunter Henry on the touchdown. And what I want to talk about with this one is something that a good friend of mine, Mark Schofield, talks about all the time when it comes to quarterback mechanics, and that is the throwing hallway. So the hallway, what we're talking about, is essentially where the quarterback is pointed by the time he's ready to release the ball and throw it downfield. So Hunter Henry is going to have this corner route here against Kevin Byard in man coverage, and he's going to torch him. He's going to beat him clean and have a walk-in touchdown. As a rule of the play, the safety does bail out, but they're low, right? The safety in particular is very low, and Mac makes the read. I mean, he knows, like, here comes Hunter Henry. He knows where he's going with this football, but as we get to right before the release, I want to show you where his body is pointed here. So here's the hallway, right? That's what we talk about. And this is really pointed that way. All right. And maybe if you want to, his front foot is pointed a little bit out towards Hunter Henry, but not a ton. And he's really pointed to throw this football right up the seam, right up this hash right here. And with quarterback mechanics, you want to be a little bit to the left of the target at most of the time. But if he's going over here with the ball to Hunter Henry and his whole body is pointed really right towards that referee standing on the Patriots logo, then you're trying to yank the ball essentially across your entire body, and unfortunately he just gets too much air underneath it. So this is something that I think that they'll correct, his mechanics here on this particular throw and his body positioning on this particular throw. But I think it's important to talk about the throwing hallway. Ideally, you have Mac pointed a little bit more towards the corner here with Hunter Henry. Instead, he tries to throw this ball really pointed this way, essentially. And he's got to be more like this, right? And he's just not there. And because of that, he's got to yank this ball across his body, and it ends up sailing on him, and he misses the touchdown. So all in all, a really good performance. You can roll some of these plays again from Mac Jones. I thought this tape was a lot better than some of the PFF grades and things like that give him credit for. A really good aggressive downfield throw there to Jakobi Meyers, reading the safety, jumping Hunter Henry, and throwing it over the top, understanding where his matchups are here against Kevin Byard with Kendrick Bourne, lofting it up there with the free runner in his face to give Bourne a chance to make the contested grab. Sail concepts, right? Manipulating coverage post-snap, look it off on the flat, come back and fill that void with the corner route by Jakobi Meyers. Really good job of opening up that void and making it larger for Meyers. Play action, hold a linebacker level, fake it to the flat. Then you throw the crosser to Jonnu Smith. Had those linebackers spinning all afternoon. Really good play design here, a compliment to a play design by Josh McDaniels as well. You can see this from the end zone angle. You get that little short motion, right, by Kendrick Bourne into the flat. Look it off. John Brown has no idea where he's going, doesn't get enough depth, allows him to loft it over to Jonnu. Then you have this crack toss compliment. Really love this play design by Josh McDaniels. Here comes the motion. Here comes the crack. Oh, wait, no, it's a bootleg action, and we're going to hit Jonnu Smith for a huge play with some yards after the catch. And then, obviously, the third down play here to Hunter Henry, reading that low hole defender, recognizing him staying inside, throwing Hunter Henry open on the other side. So a really good sequence from Mac Jones, a lot of really good plays. The downfield aggressiveness continues. I think the Patriots feel good about where Mac is at coming off this game against the Titans.